Two-time Olympic medalist and six-time WNBA All-Star Brittney Griner was detained in Russia in February 2022. She was released this month after a lot of interventions from celebrities and the President of the United States. What did Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving say after Griner's release? This video will answer that question, as well as provide a timeline of Griner's arrest, detainment, and release. First up, the timeline of Brittney Griner's arrest, confinement, and negotiated release in Russia. Brittney Griner, an eight-time WNBA All-Star, was freed from a Russian prison on Thursday in exchange for Viktor Bout, a Russian arms dealer. 10 months after Griner's detention in Russia and 4 months after her conviction for narcotics use and smuggling, there was a prisoner swap. She was first given a 9-year prison term and a 1 million rubles fine under a legal system that typically only exonerates 1% of convicts. Since 2015, Griner, a member of the Phoenix Mercury of the WNBA, has competed abroad for the UMMC, Ekaterinburg, in Russia. Griner was detained at Sheremetyevo International Airport upon her return to Moscow on February 17th, after the Federal Security Service claimed she was in possession of vaporizer cartridges containing hashish oil. The sequence of events leading up to Griner's arrest, the disputes surrounding her detention and trial, and the events leading up to her release will be detailed. On January 23rd, due to the unrest along Russia's border with Ukraine, the State Department issued a Level 4 travel advisory: do not travel for Russia. On January 29, before the league's 2-week hiatus for the FIBA World Cup qualification competition, Griner played her final game for Russia's UMMC Ekaterinburg. She departs the nation from February 10th through the 14th. Group D qualifying competition, which also features Puerto Rico, Belgium, and Russia, is being hosted by Team USA. Over the course of 5 days, the four nations compete against one another. The United States defeated Belgium on February 11th and Puerto Rico on February 12th, but did not play Russia. Griner does not participate in either game. On February 17, upon her return to Russia, Griner was detained on drug-related accusations at the airport in Moscow. On March 5, the Russian Customs Service reported that they detained Griner for having hashish cartridges in February. Also, apart from Griner, all WNBA players, according to a WNBA representative, have left Russia and Ukraine. Some of them left as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine, but everyone had returned by March 5 on Saturday. On March 17, Griner's incarceration in Russia was extended till May 19. On March 23, for the first time, Griner is given consular access by the State Department, which can vouch for her security and well-being. On April 19, due to Griner's absence from the court, her teammates made the decision to speak out for her. The Phoenix Mercury is still advocating for Griner and the WNBA administration. First-year Mercury coach Vanessa Nygaard admitted that she sometimes wakes up in the middle of the night wondering about Griner. She then said that if people genuinely cared about maintaining the athletes in the country and ensuring that female athletes receive more pay, then they need to support our league with their money. On April 27, the release of former Marine Trevor Reed as a part of a prisoner swap with Russia has Griner supporters wondering whether the U.S. government will also contemplate such an arrangement to achieve her release. On May 3, Griner is now classified as being unjustly held by the State Department. This meant that while the legal dispute was going on, the United States started to try more audaciously to achieve her release. On May 6, the WNBA season officially started. The Phoenix Mercury will host Las Vegas to begin the regular season in 2022. On May 13, Griner's incarceration in Russia will now last until June 13, an additional month. On May 18, the U.S. Embassy's visit to see Griner was denied by Russia. On May 25, in an interview with Good Morning America, Sherelle Griner says she has been pressing President Biden and the administration for more action to bring Brittney home. Sherelle stated that she is trying to get the current Biden administration in America to do just that, to strike a settlement for BG, because she is unjustly being held. Let's move into the month of June. On June 13, regarding Griner's situation, the State Department met with WNBA representatives from the specialized centralized office that represents Americans who have been wrongfully kidnapped and taken hostage, are present for the meeting. On June 14, the detention of Griner in Russia was extended for the third time. On June 18, a misunderstanding at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow prevented Britney and her wife Sherelle from making a scheduled call. The call will be rescheduled, the State Department reports on June 21. On June 22, Griner was selected as an honorary All-Star starter for the July 10 All-Star Game. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert made the announcement. On June 27, the trial date for Griner was set for July 1 at a preliminary hearing. Until her trial is over, Griner must remain in Russian custody. On July 1, Griner's trial starts in a Russian court. On July 4, President Biden received a handwritten letter from Griner appealing for assistance. The WNBA player sends a letter to the White House in which she expresses her concern that she could not see her family again and begs him not to forget about her and the other American detainees. The following day, Biden's press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, confirmed that he had read the letter. On July 6, Sherelle Griner receives a phone call from Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, promising her that they are trying to ensure Britney's release as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Mercury organized a protest to demand Griner's release. On July 7, Griner entered a guilty plea, claiming that she hurriedly packed and had no intention of breaking Russian law. The trial will go on, as a guilty plea does not automatically conclude a trial in the Russian legal system. On July 15, Griner's attorneys submitted court documents, including a physician's letter advising her to use medical cannabis to relieve chronic pain. Two character witnesses from her Russian team, UMMC Ekaterinburg, had testified in her favor the day before. On July 20, at the ESPY Awards, athletes Steph Curry, Neku Ogwumike, and Megan Rapinoe paid respect to Griner and demanded her release. On August 4, the court determined that Griner intentionally smuggled the drugs into Russia, and she was convicted of both drug possession and smuggling. She issued a statement prior to the decision in which she, among other things, expressed her regrets to her teammates, her club, her supporters, and the city of Ekaterinburg for their suffering as a result of her error and subsequent disgrace. On August 15, Russian news outlets reported that Griner's attorneys appealed her 9-year prison term in Russia on Monday. The action is being taken as the United States and Russia considers the possibility of a prisoner swap that might result in Griner and Wayland's release. On October 18, Griner thanked her loved ones for their efforts to bring her home on her 32nd birthday in a statement delivered through her attorney, adding that all the support and love are absolutely helping her. On October 25, Griner's appeal against her 9-year prison term was rejected, upholding her incarceration. On November 4, Griner was transferred to a penal colony one day after receiving a visit from U.S. Embassy representatives. The information wasn't made public until November 9, despite her legal team claiming they were unaware of her precise location at the time. Although her transfer to a penitentiary colony was predicted, many experts were taken aback by how quickly it happened after her court appearance on October 25th. On December 8, Griner was freed as a part of a prisoner swap involving Russian arms trader Viktor Bout. Wayland is still incarcerated in Russia and was not a part of the exchange. President Biden confirmed the transaction in a press conference and on Twitter, saying Griner is secure. She is traveling by air and is on her way home. What did Kyrie Irving have to say about Britney Griner's release? Shortly after learning that WNBA star Britney Griner had been exchanged for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout in a 1-to-1 prisoner swap, Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving posted on Twitter to share his joy. The post welcomed her home and stated that he appreciated her showing what a true warrior spirit is like. He also stated that she has so many people's unwavering love for her forever. Irving spoke about Griner returning home after the Brooklyn Nets defeated the Washington Wizards on Sunday night, their 8th victory in their previous 9 games, and 4th straight victory. Irving said following the game that he was glad she was home. He stated that he was happy to see her with family. Humanity must always come first. We're all sorry for her. We all feel bad for someone unjustly imprisoned or incarcerated in a facility where justice has not been served. He said that we undoubtedly feel bad for her, and all he can say is he's thankful she's here so we can all celebrate together. Our world still needs to be improved. Irving, who has had the WNBA star on his mind for months, is undoubtedly touched by the most recent news of Griner finally returning home. Brooklyn's top guard spoke to the crowd prior to tip-off during the Nets' previous home debut. Irving praised the fans for being a part of this journey during a brief statement to the audience. fans, reminding them that his team needs their support as they work toward their ultimate objective of winning a championship. The six-time NBA All-Star concluded his letter by expressing his support for Brittney Griner. Irving said that the fans are a part of something great here. This is just the beginning. He stated that people need to recognize that they can't accomplish this on their own. Fans must be present each and every night and take part. However, Irving continued, "The bigger issue is to free our sister Brittney Griner." He said, "Do your duty and bring our sister home, please." He concluded by stating that they wouldn't be performing their duties to the best of their abilities if they didn't stand up for what they believed in. That's all we have for you today. What's your opinion about the detainment and release of the WNBA star? Which celebrity would you like for us to feature in future videos? Let us know in the comment section. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.